Tougher Together Tuesday. And a quote is always good, so here's one for you. Everybody needs love. There's are a lot of guys that you think are hardcore gangsters, but all these guys' weaknesses are women. Look at the movie Scarface. At the end of the day, all he wanted to do was to have kids with his woman. Master Pete. Uh, nah. Alright, that wasn't part of the quote. But on tonight, my topic that I want to talk about was I brought this up on last week as a question, and I will get into it tonight. Relationship goals. Should you have them or should you not? Hey, and don't forget to like, share, or leave a comment on this video. And depending on where you're watching it from, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. But as always, shop at my online store. You should see the link at the bottom. But enough of all of that. Let's get into the topic. Alright, so in terms of relationship goals, before I answer that, I guess answering it, yes, I believe that people should definitely have relationship goals. Goals definitely help you to achieve things in any other field or aspect of having goals, and it's the same way with relationships. But then I also believe too that people shouldn't be alone, meaning that you shouldn't be well, of course, at some point in time you're going to be single. But I believe at some point in time you should find someone that you can actually be with, and it's not good for people to actually be alone, even if you're up in age. If you're in your, sometimes I've met a lot of people where they're in their 60s or 70s or 80s, possibly hundreds. And they feel like, oh, well, you know what, I was married before, or things didn't work out, or got divorced, my wife, husband passed away or whatnot. I still believe that you should find yourself someone else. I mean, possibly, I guess, if you're 90 or whatnot, you may be like, hey, this is the end of the road for me. But people who are, and what I would say, because I've met a lot of people possibly in their 40s and even some in their 30s who kind of feel like, oh, you know what, it's just gonna be me all by myself, and I'm never gonna find somebody. And that is not the way to actually think. And definitely, you can still find someone out there who can love you. And then definitely, there's still people out there in that age bracket or higher that you can actually get with. So, I say all that to say, don't give up on love and finding love, I should say. Now, in terms of relationship goals, I definitely think it's something that people should actually use, because in a relationship, a marriage, whatever you may be in, you're going to have different time periods of that relationship or marriage where things are going to be nice and smooth. Things may get rocky. Things may be up and down. Things are going to cause you to hate each other, not like each other at some times. So having goals will help you to get over those rough patches that you actually have. And then it will also help you to stay focused on what you actually have. Oftentimes, when people do get in relationships or they do get married, they tend to not appreciate what they have, or how things were in the past, or just appreciate the actual other person that they're actually with. Alright, so setting relationship goals will definitely help you to stay on track in terms of where your relationship is actually going. Oftentimes, we make plans for things like the beginning of the year and what we want to do in the up and coming year. People make a lot of planning for their financial needs and what they want to do financially. And then people make a lot of plans on how they want their career to actually go, what they want to get out of their actual careers. And so with a relationship, marriage, it's the same thing. You have to actually set goals that you guys want to actually hit and goals that you guys actually want to do. Now, in most goals, people set a possible date that they want to try to do certain things, and they may write down whether or not they actually reached that goal or whether or not they didn't actually reach that goal. So you want to do the same thing, and this is a good thing to do at the end of the year as well, to start making plans on what you actually want to see in your relationship, your marriage, and basically setting those goals and then seeing if you can actually reach them. Now, for certain people, this may be taking a trip, doing a trip with each other. This could be you setting to go to some type of concert, some type of event. This could be you guys actually figuring out a time that you're going to actually work out and get yourself in shape. This could be figuring out goals in terms of what you actually eat, what you put in your body, and then also too your spiritual goals. You know, if you're what kind of church you may go to or actually attend. This is definitely a goal to actually set. And then for those of you who are married, you may be starting to set goals in terms of your sex drive and your sex life and what you guys do sexually. So it's definitely a good thing to actually set relationship goals and put it down on pen and paper, and then go over them and actually look at them to see if you're achieving the things that you actually want to see. And then it's also good to set a time where you can discuss these things and go over them and say, hey, you know, I think we need some work here, or I think we need to work on this or that. And this can help you to actually do a much better job at your relationship / marriage, for those of you who are married. So this way you will have a long lasting relationship that can possibly turn into a marriage, or if you are married, then it can do like Keith Sweat said, make it last forever. All right, now definitely to here are five no reason for me to tell you about why it's good to have relationship goals without actually giving you some things that you can possibly do. Here are five things you can try to do each and every month as a goal for your actual relationship. Number one is going somewhere new. So each month, try to go somewhere new, somewhere different that you and your significant other have not actually been or have gone to. And then number two, having a honest, uninterrupted conversation, discussion about what's going on with you guys. So when I say uninterrupted, you know, maybe if you have kids, you gotta get away from the kids. Maybe no cell phones or things like that. You know, some kind of way that you guys can just focus just on y'all. And when I say honest conversation, there may be some things or some issues, some problems that you guys have. You can have this conversation over this and basically let the other person know how you're actually feeling. Then number three, doing something physical with each other. So a lot of you guys are probably thinking sex, but physical meaning something outside of that as well, like walking together, going on a walk, hike, or something together, working out with each other, something physical, maybe even just cooking up in the kitchen with each other. You know, there are a lot of different things that you can possibly do physically with your significant other. So look up some stuff that you guys can actually do and then actually do them together. Number four, revisiting old memories. Oftentimes, a lot of us forget about the past and where you actually come from and the things that you have actually been through. And so, usually with technology and the way things are, you know, if you're on a social media platform, you're able to go back to past things that you have posted and you can look those things up. And then if you definitely have Google and you have Google Photos, they definitely show and actually design and do a lot of memory stuff for you, and they bring it up to you. So this is something that you can sit around and actually do. Back in the day, I know people used to have photo books, and they would look through the photo books and they could see about things that they did in the past. And this definitely will help things out for you to take some time out each month and just look at some old photos, some old things that you guys possibly did. Number 5, having a non-responsibility day. So this is a day where, if for those of you who have kids, just get away from the kids. Maybe get somebody to babysit them. Get away from your phones. Just get away from anything that you have to actually do. Chores, laundry, I don't know, work, whatever. You just get away and you just focus on y'all, and you don't worry about nothing else but the two of you, and you have no other things that you have to do, and you just enjoy the actual time together. So these are 5 things that you can definitely try to do each and every month. And and I'll just give you a bonus one, maybe going out to eat somewhere. So you can use that as going somewhere different. But yeah, taking their significant other out to eat. All right, that's enough. And I know a lot of people, I talk about oftentimes start working on the goals that you want for the up and coming year. During this time, in October, November, and December. So with those relationship goals, whatever you may have or you want to do in your relationship, start working on them now. Don't wait until the next year to start trying to work on them. Start working on them now. So then once you get to next year, you guys will already be in a good pace. But as I always say, 2 are better than 1 if 2 function as 1. So stay together. Tougher together. Tuesday.